Alright, g'day everyone. We're on the road in Elsie. Now, we're driving from Alice Springs to Kununurra. We're planning on doing it in 2 days.
Yeah.
This is our second day. And we thought we would do a call out for questions for a Q&A, pretty much just to pass the time while we're on the road.
Yeah.
Now, we're hoping audio's alright. We've got our lab mics on, so we're going to see if that works. And it's, what time is it now?
It is 5 minutes past 7.
So 7:05 in the morning. We've been on the road since 5:30.
Yeah.
And pretty much just waited until the sun comes up enough to light us up. And but it's not hot enough that we have all the windows down and it's too noisy for you guys to hear.
Yeah.
It still might be pretty horrible audio, but we're going to give it a crack anyway. It'll pass time for maybe an hour or so while we do the questions, and then Well, what's the first question, Paul?
So yeah, we put a call out on Instagram. Thank you to everyone who gave us some questions. We now a lot of the questions, I've just screenshotted them. Sorry. A lot of the questions are the same, and a lot of them are about our new vehicle, which most of you do know. We have ordered a new car. We don't have it. Obviously, that's why we're in Elsie. But yeah, we'll start running through the questions, and we'll go from there. So, first question is things you are looking forward to the most with the new vehicle.
Alright, I was thinking about this. People probably think like we're going to say, I don't know, like aircon, and which I am really looking forward to, just like a few more creature comforts.
Yeah.
But honestly, some of the main things are like dust seals working, so you won't just have heaps of dust going in, because my sinuses really play up and we're in like the desert roads, and I just feel like I'm really clogged up. I'm actually just looking really forward to rolling into camp and not being really rugged and tired. That's just really fatiguing me for the drive. We love it. It's really good fun, but also for like say more commercial stuff, just not having that feeling in the back of my head that something's going to go wrong and we're going to screw the commercial shoot up.
Yeah. Because we've now done 2 commercial shoots in Elsie. The first one was on freezer, and we had huge electrical issues, which meant we couldn't film for that day. We had to get off the island, mainly for our own sanity. And then recently we did another commercial shoot that Matt had to do because I was sick, but the car was fine because you don't have to travel too far, but again we had issues with our diesel filters, like kind of unscrewing, and so like instead of Matt just getting to a job or both of us getting to a job and being able to do it, we have to like stop and try and fix the car and do this, and you know. Yeah. I think also a big thing is like safety. Obviously, we have no safety features in this.
It's many hours we're doing it. It's been nice to have something a bit safer.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to keep driving Elsie and all that, but it's just it's not like, you know, obviously more power is going to be nice and all that, but Elsie goes great off road, and the amount of power she has works really well for off-road situations, so I don't really care about those kind of things.
It's also just like going back to just the reliability. Like this morning, for example, you'll see in our vlog, we have to start the car, she's not starting, we have to jiggle some wires, and then she gets going. But just things like that.
It's just small things. It's not major things. Like, it is a reliable car. So, like, it's incredible how reliable it is. But it's just little things. So, and I know those kind of things can happen to any cars, any car.
Yeah.
But hopefully, if it's brand new, it's going to happen a lot less.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'd love to get a new wiring loom in Elsie. So, but,
I think that's the next thing. We've changed so many bits of the wiring that I think that's our next point of call, because
it's just new wiring loom, Which at that stage, I'd love to just pull Elsie apart completely.
Yeah.
That's another reason I'm excited to get a new car is actually because we have plans for Elsie. I want to restore it properly and pull it apart completely and have professionals do the jobs which I can't do very well, like bodywork and all that kind of thing. And I'm starting to get bits and pieces together ready for that. Like back home, there's a 5-speed available with a handbrake conversion already done on it. disc brake front end, disc brake diff from a 40 series, a few panels from a wrecker that I found an old Troopy.
Yeah.
So just little things starting to put together, so when we do take it apart, we can just start, getting it back to all her glory.
Yeah.
So I suppose, it's not the things you'd be thinking necessarily would be what we're excited for in a new car. It's just I suppose being not as fatigued.
Yeah.
Not having to worry as much when you're on the road.
Yeah. Okay, so second question is best campgrounds and four-wheel drive tracks in the Snowy Mountains. We haven't done too much four-wheel driving or even that much camping in the Snowy Mountains. I think because at the end of the day when you're at home, you never really explore your home as much as you should. There's heaps of campsites along Lowering Dam which are really, really nice, and also the Gubagantha River, which isn't too far from home either. They're really nice spots to stay.
There's some really stunning camp spots around Kosciuszko National Park, obviously further up the road near Jindabyne and all that kind of thing. I know. As for four-wheel driving, there's a lot of state forest roads and power line access roads and that kind of thing. And if you want to do like proper four-wheel driving, like the power line roads, there's some pretty crazy sort of stuff nearby. It's more local knowledge. It's just like random little places that are like, that part of the power lines is really crazy, and you can do a real good test for your four-wheel drive. Honestly though, probably some of the best tracks in the Snowy Mountains are over the border in Victoria. Yeah, I think a lot of the best tracks are over there. A lot of them are kept open during winter, whereas in New South Wales they're not. So if you want to go for a snow four-wheel drive, it's way easier in Victoria. So I haven't got any concrete answers for you there. It's definitely something I want to do a deep dive into. We have done a few drives and a few sort of tracks and stuff, but nothing crazy. But honestly, just the whole region around there is stunning. The rivers, the creeks. It's really nice camping. Obviously, cool nights. Actually, Blue Waterholes.
Oh yeah, that's
really a really
nice.
good.
Yeah.
Long Plains Road in summer. Long Plains Road, it's closed in winter. And Blue Waterhole Campground. That's really, really good. We've been there in a vlog before.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I'd recommend.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, next question is, did I read right? Have you ordered a new vehicle? Yes, we have. Have we mentioned what brand it is?
No.
Okay. No, like the brand? Not like.
No.
Okay. Anyway, yes, we have ordered a new vehicle. Next question is, are we going to any of the four-wheel drive shows? We are heading to the Sydney four-wheel drive show and the Adelaide four-wheel drive show this year. The Sydney one is in September, Adelaide is in October. We were hoping to have both vehicles at Sydney and then potentially even both at Adelaide, but at this stage it looks like we're just going to have Elsie at both of them.
Yeah. I know. Fingers crossed we have it for
Adelaide.
Even Sydney, it won't be the build won't be done or anything. Another thing is, another problem with the car is a couple of months late now. So that might be a clue. But it's a few months late and
we still have no update.
And the problem is we're going to be going back into the wedding season. Like, we shoot weddings now. It's like our bread and butter. So it's a bit frustrating because once we're back into that, it's going to be hard to get stuff done in the car. So we'll probably just leave it at the workshop in Sydney.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably just have to drive down to Sydney and film as much as I can during the week, and then get home and film weddings. And anyway, it's going to be very, very busy end of the year.
Yeah, very busy.
But yes, Sydney and Adelaide, can't wait to go to Sydney.
Yeah.
Because we've never been to a Sydney four-wheel drive show. The only one we went to was in like 2017 or something when...
I remember that was before our big lap, and we actually went there and was like
looking around at all the things.
Everything, and Yeah.
I remember the Mega Tourer from
Yeah.
Patreon was there, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy, and all this kind of stuff. Like, we were just walking around, like,
Yeah.
looking at all the gear. It was funny.
I remember we did like a test drive in like some Land Rovers. Remember that? They had like a little Land Rover.
Oh, yeah,
Horse?
that's right.
Yeah.
And I went up like the really steep
Yeah.
really easy metal brake for like
Yeah.
the cars to drive up, which like anything could, like this could drive up at no worries. It's
Yeah.
just funny because it just impresses people. Anyway.
Yeah. So next question is, how old are you guys younger than the 40 series? I know.
Yeah, bloody oath.
Yeah.
I hope I look younger than the 40 series.
No, we're definitely not 41 years old. Well, Matt's 29, I'm 28. I'm turning 29 in like
A couple of days.
16 days. I don't know, a few days,
Oh.
yeah. A few weeks. So, yeah.
So, a heap of birds on the road.
Yeah, 29. So, next question.
Getting old, that's the answer to that
time's
question.
kind of catching up with us quickly. Now that international travel's back open, we really want to go back overseas, but yeah, we have a lot of things to do. We're already planning a trip for next year.
Canning stock next year, and
Yeah.
we've got a lot of things we want to do in the new car
Yeah,
before we have kids. So anyway,
we're
that's
going to be busy.
very busy.
Cool, so next one is, will we see you guys at the Classic Land Cruiser exhibition and car show?
Yeah,
I
so
didn't even know that was a thing.
no, it's Mr. Land Cruiser is having like a show, doing like a show up in Queensland.
Oh, okay.
The answer is no, we're not going to that. I'd love to. It's just a long way to drive Elsie just for like a
Yeah.
couple of days. I mean, I think we got a wedding that booked that day anyway.
Oh, okay.
Which
I
is a
didn't even
shame.
know it was
But,
a thing, so.
yeah, it sounds really fun. If you're into the old Land Cruisers, I reckon it'll be a really good day. They're just going to have heaps of 40s and 60s and
Cool.
50s and who knows what else there.
Yeah.
So it'll be pretty cool.
Awesome. Okay. Next question is, what are your travel plans for the rest of the year?
Well, right now we're heading up to Kununurra to go to do the Kimberleys properly. We're going to do like Kid River Road and Mitchell Falls, Mitchell Plateau, trying to get pretty remote. Meeting up with Adrian, the same guy we travelled with during the Simpson. And on the way home, we're going to do the Tanami and the Simpson on the way home. So French line. So yeah, the Kimberleys, Tanami, and Simpson. So just a little trip. We've already done a massive drive.
Yeah, we by the time this comes up, we'll have a few videos of our time coming through the Flinders and through Victoria, the Grampians, so make sure you watch them. But yeah, we're obviously documenting this whole series. So yeah, make sure you watch it.
Yeah, we've already done the Udadata track.
Yeah. To
right up to
Dalhousie.
Dalhousie Springs, which is
Mount
awesome.
Dare, and then up to Alice. So yeah.
Then for the rest of the year, probably not too much.
Yeah.
Honestly, our next videos after these travel videos will probably be the build of the new car.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really extensive build. Anyway, might be questions about that, so I'll leave it.
Matt looked impressed driving to Dalhousie. I bet he can't wait for the new vehicle. So I told you there were a lot of questions about the new vehicle.
Well, no, it was just funny, just my face. I think I was just cringing because, you know, when you're going over those corrugations and they're so bad, you just know somewhere in the car something's breaking.
Yeah.
It's
So
what
like so
corrugations
far,
do.
what's happened? Our wiring's all kind of messed up again. The water tank needs to be retightened. There's a lot of things that need to be retightened. Our sub needs a bit of a patchwork done on it. Yeah, it's just amazing how.
The bracket on the snorkel snapped.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. It was like
Zip
we're
tied it
driving
up.
on the highway and it was
Well,
doing
correct.
this.
Yeah, we zip tied it up.
Yeah, so we do have TikTok. There's a video up on TikTok of what Matt's face looks like if you want to watch that.
Yeah, we've got a TikTok. We barely do anything with it. But anyway, I don't even have the login details on my phone. We can't figure it out.
Yeah,
it's on Holly's. We can't remember the password.
We feel so old when it comes to TikTok and Reels and
I know.
anyway.
Social media is getting very hard to keep up with.
Yeah, there's so
I think-
many platforms and so many different media styles. And
We're just going to keep focusing on longer format YouTube videos
Yeah.
because that's just what we like doing and what we're probably best at.
yeah. Where will your first trip be in the new car? Kind of really depends when we get it, I guess.
Yeah,
We
I know
will
we could be using it for a bit of work. We're going to the Adelaide Hills for a wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Wandering Oz, if you're watching this, can't wait to shoot your wedding. We sort of know those guys on Instagram, but we're going to meet them at the Adelaide Board Drive Show. They're going to be on the content creator stand. They've got a really good little YouTube channel, but we'll be shooting their wedding, so excited for that. But hopefully we can drive the new car to Adelaide Hills, because the new car is going to be really nice for camping along the way to weddings and staying in caravan parks and things like that. It's going to be pretty damn comfortable to live in.
And then I don't know, probably the big trip will be the Canning next year.
Yep.
So
Canning stock route.
June, July, August kind of time.
But to even get to the Canning stock route is going to be a trick. We're going to have to get to like Halls Creek.
Yeah.
So probably meet up in Birdsville with the crew.
Yeah. And then go across the Simpson maybe, or
the crew. Our crew doing the Canning so far is Camden Court, which we just left. They've got their really nice 79 with the J-Max conversion. Adrian and Ellen.
and their 79.
Adrian, their 79. Really, nice. I think that's a weapon.
Yeah.
And then Adrian's brother, which has I think it's either a 4x4 Mitsubishi Canter, like truck, or a 4x4 Isuzu. I can't remember, but I think it's a Mitsubishi.
Yeah, okay.
But that thing's going to be awesome because he's got a fuel pod for that 600-litre fuel pod that we're going to be able to put on the back of it, which is going to be our fuel for the Canning stock route. So it'll be our pack fuel. It'll be awesome. So hopefully that all comes through.
Yes, hopefully. Anyway, advice for a couple wanting to travel.
Advice for a couple wanting to travel. No, just do it.
Yeah.
I
feel like to when we travelled, and now, sorry, I need to put sunnies on, the sun's really driving me crazy. I feel like it's probably a bit more expensive now than when we initially started to travel. Obviously, fuel prices have gone up, so our original budget probably won't help people. I think you probably have to budget between $500 to $700 a week minimum, maybe closer to like $700. Just with the prices of everything at the moment.
Another reason traveling's more expensive for us at the moment is just because we're spending more money.
Yeah.
Like we're spending more money travelling. When we first left, we didn't have heaps of cash. Well, we don't have heaps of cash now. We have more than we did then anyway. But we didn't have much money and we had a pretty basic setup. And we had just as much fun as we are now.
Yeah.
And we'll have just the same amount of fun with the new car. It's just slightly sort of different, I suppose. You can have a lot of fun spending very little money travelling around Australia.
Exactly.
So,
I feel like just
don't let that be a deciding factor.
Yeah, just like what we did. Obviously, before we started to travel, we set a date and we just saved, or like set a budget that you want before you go, and just save and just work until you get that, and then just go.
I think Polly and I had 18 months to save up.
Yeah.
I think we saved up about 50 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, to sort of do it. So.
And then also don't be afraid to get work on the road. Like everywhere we have been this trip and even trips before, people are screaming out for employees and workers. Like go work in a remote pub, staying in a remote town for a month, like don't.
You could honestly start travelling in Australia with a couple of $1,000 in your pocket.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I've been, remember in Sydney, I had like $16 for like 10 days, so I had to get like food with that. But you can travel, so a couple of grand in your pocket and just work as you go, because Australia is just screaming out for workers at the moment. No one can get them. We see signs everywhere. Hey?
Yeah. We even were talking about it the other day in Alice. Every storefront had signs, like the hospitality store, Repco, like everywhere is looking for workers. Woolworths, pharmacy, like.
You can get a bit of retail work.
Yeah.
You can get hospo work. So easy.
Yeah.
We met a guy when we were in Port Douglas.
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
Troopy, and he was just working in a shoe shop. He bought some shoes, and they were travelling around in a Troopy, and they stopped in Port Douglas.
Because it's a nice place.
Tropical paradise.
Yeah.
And then they just were working and earning pretty good cash, I think, and going to keep going, I think, on the road again.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to get work and, but just travel.
Have an open mind.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Have an open mind for work and take an opportunity if it presents itself.
Yeah.
because it could be really, really cool, like the prairie for us.
Yeah.
In the SA outback. So yeah.
Cool. Next question is, how long until the new vehicle comes? Can't wait to see it. We don't know. So at the start of each month, we're like holding on to our phones, waiting for a phone call, but we haven't had anything yet, so we have no idea. As soon as we get a build date, we'll have the vehicle within 6 weeks. But
It's a couple of months late.
yeah.
So it's been frustrating.
Yeah. Next question. Sorry. Now, screenshot. We don't have that many more to go. Now, there's 2 more questions. When does the new car arrive? Which stands for that. New car, question mark. Yep. Someone else said, what car did you guys get? Still a secret until we get it. We're not going to...
We're being cagey again. I don't really know why, but...
Well...
It's supposed to be a reveal video.
Yeah, exactly.
People are probably getting pissed off
Our
about it.
our patrons know. So if you
Our
want to know,
patrons know.
you can sign up to our Patreon. But our patrons do know what we're getting. Yeah. All will be revealed soon, hopefully. Hopefully. Next question, top 5 simple camp meals. That's a good one.
Pull this one out that we had this morning.
Doesn't look so great now. We haven't finished yet, but
It's our breakfast this morning.
yeah, so overnight oats. Courtney kept talking about these overnight oats that she was going to make, and eventually we were like, Court, you need to make them. Turns out super easy, super simple, and so it's just like, yeah, like cold oats, really. Like oats, chia seeds, Greek yogurt, milk. You just put them in the fridge overnight. They kind of set almost like into a pudding consistency, kind of, and then you just put fruit. We put golden syrup on top of it, eat it up. That's really good.
Yeah, just like you do it the night before you wake up and eat it.
Yeah.
It's a nice cold meal for like warmer climates.
Yeah, which is what we're in now.
Also another really good canned meal is carbonara.
Yeah.
Spaghetti carbonara, like or
And any type of pasta, like we would always make like a meatball pasta with sausages and cut them up into meatballs.
Like the carbonara, proper carbonara, I think I've had on the show before. Doesn't actually involve any cream, so it's just like bacon or speck, with like garlic, herbs, and then you whisk up some egg and parmesan cheese.
And that's it.
And then you cook the pasta in the water, and then put it in the pan, the bacon and everything, and turn it off the heat, so it's just the heat coming off the pasta. And then you stir through the egg and parmesan, and it doesn't congeal the eggs, and it melts the parmesan and turns out into like a creamy sauce.
Yeah.
And then just heat pepper, and you are good to go.
Yeah.
What else is a good one?
We have made quite a lot of wraps in our time. Wraps are a huge thing, but like we make these chicken wraps for dinner. Just get some chicken, some like taco seasoning or something, beans, cook all that up, and then put some salad on it.
Yeah,
Super
paninis.
simple. Paninis.
Oh, it's good lunch stuff.
Yeah, so Turkish bread we use, you can obviously use whatever type of bread you want. Prosciutto, rocket cheese, aioli, toast it if you have the time or if you can be bothered. What else? Yeah, beans, our breakfast beans and tinned tomatoes with like herbs and spices on toast with eggs.
Dare I say the word, game changer, the words, but the back seal.
Yeah.
Back seal meal.
If you have time and a freezer and a vac seal, but you can grab them from Amazon. I think ours was $80.
Oh, yeah, sure.
We vac sealed heaps of food before this trip. Well, as much that would fit into this. What's this? Like a 9-litre freezer or 11-litre freezer. So these are just like skewers that we vac sealed and frozen. Just keep them fresher for longer.
We made curries
and like
stews.
pastas, yeah.
That kind of stuff. Curries, ragoons.
Yeah, and this trip has actually been really good to have this as our main meat storage. So then our 40-litre fridge, because that's not a big fridge, is just like your milk, vegetables.
It has freed it up a lot, hasn't it?
It has
Yeah.
a lot. So
yeah, back sealing and freezing.
Yeah.
If you've got the option,
yeah,
you make really nice meals at home, and then you just need to heat them up in some boiling water. Or defrost them as you're driving. Like yesterday we pulled out a risotto, put it in the footwell of the 40,
Defrosted in like 2
defrosted,
hours.
yeah, really quickly. So that's a really good tip. So
Yeah.
I think that's about enough meal.
Yeah. Next question is gonna do the give. Yeah. We're out heading up there now, obviously, as Matt said before. And actually, last time we did the give in 2019, we did it in 3 days. So, hoping to take a bit of time and actually, do Mitchell Plateau and go pretty remote.
So I'm thinking like probably 12 days or so, doing the whole area.
Yeah.
So maybe in about 2 weeks, and then we'll have to sort of
a week
pretty
to
much-
do the Tanami, a week to do the Simpson.
yeah, pretty much consistently drive home like every day.
Yeah.
Probably from then, which
Yeah.
is doable. But just be sort of up and driving every day, which is fine.
We're going to need a holiday from our holiday when we get home. Next question is, again, just more questions about the car. How long before it arrives and build videos? We've kind of mentioned all of that. Yes, we will do a build series.
Yeah.
We're having Project Overlander in Sydney help us do the fit out in the rear, and then we've got heaps of other companies on board.
Not only that, like Project Overlander do mechanical stuff, suspension, anything overlanding, overlanding with your vehicle.
They've recently put on a mechanic so they can do like everything with vehicles now. So
12 volt.
yeah,
so there will be a really extensive build in the new vehicle. I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
There's really interesting stuff going in. It'll be sort of pretty similar to some other builds out there, but it'll be different in other aspects. But I'm really excited to get those build videos out.
So, and then this is the last question. We've got top 3 things on a trip you thought you would need, and top 3 things on a trip that you thought you would need, and then 3 things that you have actually needed and don't have.
We were talking about this last night, and I actually found this trip we've really buttoned down pretty much what we need and don't need.
Yeah.
And I pretty much haven't felt like anything that we've taken hasn't been necessary.
Yeah.
Like even we got like a little sea gear mat, which is a really good bit of gear. Pretty much, it looks like a tarp or like a shade cloth tarp, but it's got sort of 2 layers of material where sand falls through, but it doesn't come back up.
Yeah.
So it's just good to, like, if it's a sandy or dusty area, so we use it for a shower, bottom of our shower floor. We haven't used it heaps, but when we have, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, at the bottom of the ladder.
I've been really happy with this trip with all the spares I've taken.
Yeah.
Every single thing that's gone wrong so far I've had a spare for.
Yeah.
And, like our fuel filter, I think the O-rings cooked on our fuel filters, so I have some spares. I got more spares yesterday, so when we get to Kununurra, I'll probably change them over.
Yeah.
And then we've got extra spares, which is good. But just little things like WD-40 for the keyhole in the back of the door, zip ties, wire. We use some wire to
Hang up the lamp.
hang up a leg of lamb.
Over.
300 series on the road. See the building now. So, I don't know, things we've taken in the past, like, we had so much stuff in the highlights. We had so much random stuff. We're like, just throw it in, we have the space. That's the easy thing with the ute. It's just really easy to overload.
Yeah.
You've just got so much space if you've got a canopy, so...
The Interflate, so that's a new product that we've been using this trip, the Max Trax Interflate, and that is an absolute game changer.
Oh, yes, game changer.
It is so quick and easy to use.
So,
you can inflate and deflate with it.
Yeah, what it is, it's a series of hoses and just a pressure gauge. But you can hook 2 hoses up at once to either your front or your rear, because you obviously run the same pressures in the front and the rear. They can be different, but same for both sides. Anyway, you get what I mean. But previously, we just had a little tool, like your usual kind of valve core remover with the gauge on it to pump, take air out of the tyres. The problem with that is I've always found it to be really dicky, like fiddly little things, and I can just always battle to get the valve cores out. You're kneeling down, you're in the dust, and it just takes a fair while to actually let the air out of the tyres.
Yeah.
Whereas in deflate, you don't have to take the mouth core out. You just bung it on either one, hang the gauge on the front of the bull bar and just let the air out. You just stand there. And we could do 2 tyres quicker than Camden Core were doing one. And I wasn't kneeling down in the dust. And the same goes for inflating. You just hook it up and you can do 2 tyres at once.
Yeah.
The ARB air compressor, which is like twin air compressor, which is so bloody quick. It just so quick. When you got bigger tyres and when you got, you have a trailer to do as well.
Yeah.
It take a long time to deflate and inflate the tyres. So it's a really, really good bit of gear.
Yeah.
I'm like, Camden Core, pretty much as soon as they saw how it worked.
Yeah, they said we'll buy one.
Like, we're getting one.
They have, and they've been out of stock Australia-wide since the end of last year. They only came back into stock in July, so...
Yeah, Wedge Tail League.
Oh, jump in quick if you want to get one.
I'll go next one.
Yeah, we should be able, we'll put the Jerry in and then we should be able to make it to Mataranka, I think?
Yep.
I'll just double check. Sorry, one sec, checking our fuel economy. Oh, Daily Water's 47.
Maybe we'll fill up a little bit of Daily Waters.
Mataranka's 200 Ks.
Yeah, probably top up Daily Waters a little bit.
How much will the Jerry get us?
We get us about 150.
Okay. Right, I'll check what price it is from New Orleans. Anyway.
How far is Mataranka?
200.
Oh, well, we'll make that.
Yeah. Anyway, there's fuel in 43 Ks.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Sea Gear mat and the Indeflate you can buy from A247. We do have a discount code OLT20 and that will get you $20 off orders over $100.
So they've got really good gear, A24.
Yeah.
It's an easy company for us to get behind because
they sell good brands.
They sell good brands and it's just, it's all good stuff on there. You can guarantee it's good gear.
Yeah, so...
Speaking of stuff, there's one item that we call this trip. I haven't really introduced it to the videos yet.
You would have seen it a lot, but
so for my birthday, Holly bought me a cooking pan from a shop in Tumen. I saw them there and I was like, oh, they look like really nice pans. They're called, they're from Solidtenics, and it's an Australian-made, like cast iron. It's not cast iron.
It's wrought iron.
Wrought iron. It's pressed from one piece of iron. And the awesome thing about it is, it sort of has all your benefits of like a cast iron kind of pan, but it's not that really heavy, old, clunky kind of cast iron. It works on induction, and then all other surfaces. So if you have an induction cooktop in your vehicle, for example, you can use it on that. And then you can also throw it straight on the fire, and it's all good.
Yeah.
So there's that. And it's just, I don't know, it's just a really nice pan. The heat is so even on it. I'm like really stoked with it. I don't know, I've just been loving it. And it's kind of an inside joke because I was just loving this pan so much. And with Cam's like onto it now. And pretty much, so Holly bought it for me for my birthday, and I liked it that much, and I was like, this would be a great pan for camping. I emailed Solidtenics, and I was like, hey guys, like, I really, really like your pans. I'm going to promote it on our YouTube channel. Is there any, like, kind of a discount code or something, or deal we can have for our viewers?
Yeah.
So I think the deal is if you spend over $280, you get a free 21 centimetre like small sort of skillet. So
worth $130.
Worth $130.
Yeah.
So like they're not cheap. They're not cheap by any sense of means. You got like a lifetime warranty. It'll last forever. But yeah, you get 3 pans for $280. Which is pretty good once you see the price of them. And they're just like I use it at home as well. Home, camping. And Australian made.
Yeah,
they're really, really good. I think I might have got Harry to bite a fork onto it last year. So, that is another really good bit of gear that we've been loving this trip.
Yeah, so we do have a page on our website, It's discount codes for like the gear we use. So have a look on there, see if there's any other products that you guys like, and see if you can save some money on it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the end of the questions for now. Hopefully this video has been okay. It has actually passed a bit of time for us, which has been nice considering we have 11 hours in the car today.
Plus some, probably.
Yeah, well, 11 hours was being generous. So hopefully it's less than that. Anyway, we will keep on driving and hopefully make it to Kununurra tonight. That's the plan.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone that sent any questions. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And yeah, keep an eye out for the next couple of vlogs. There'll be some really exciting videos coming out. Some really nice remote places that we haven't been in Elsie yet. So it should be fun.
Haven't been anywhere, I guess. Like,
and I wonder if Elsie's been to the Kimberley before.
I don't know.
Before.
The Kimberley.
I'm gonna say the Kimberleys. It's the Kimberleys, not the Kimberley.
It's the Kimberley.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the Kimberleys.
That's Kimberley, isn't it?
No, I remember watching a Maxine Carson video. They're really good, those people on YouTube. Watch them. They've got an old VW van, Maxine Carson. They're hilarious. But I remember them.
That's the Buchanan Highway.
Alright. I remember them they're in the Kimberleys, and people were commenting, the usual kind of people that hate it when people get names wrong. People comment on our videos all the time because we do it all the time. They're like, it's the Kimberleys. Anyway, you get the idea.
I thought it was the Kimberley. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll double check so we don't have angry people messaging us.
Anyway. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the thumbs up. Hopefully it's helped you and hopefully it's answered some of your questions. Make sure you subscribe if you are new here, and yeah, we'll see you in the next episode, I guess.
Bye.